My name is Rajouri. I am going for my technical entry Navy, and this was my third attempt. And the previous attempt, one time I got screen in and one time I got screen out.
My name is Lokesh Kumar. I am going for ND entry 149 and I was screen out for one time.
And the previous
My name is Shaun Chaudhary. I am from 94 Medium Regiment, and this is my first attempt in SSB, and I am going through ACC exam.
My name is Shivam Negi. I am going for NDA SSB. It is my first time.
Okay, right. So you have come to the end of your 2 weeks training here.
Yes, sir.
Simply speaking, कैसा लग रहा है? How are you feeling?
so now we
So
have
more confidence.
Confidence.
And also is self-confident. No, we can do it.
That confidence is
Yes,
coming.
yes.
Why do you think that confidence is coming? कोई injection लगाए थे क्या? How did
No,
that
sir.
confidence happen?
No, sir,
Lokesh?
she also
No, sir.
teaching our.
Huh?
Sir,
By
lack in
practicing.
mind, sir. Our mind, we got stuck in some practices. We don't have an idea how to tackle the problems and pressure. But after coming here, we will find the way to how to tackle the situations.
So now you've had earlier experiences at SSB. Did you get any coaching also before this anytime?
No, sir. I watch only YouTube videos.
Only YouTube videos.
Yes.
Right. So from the previous experience and the YouTube videos that you saw,
Yes, sir.
what did you do here which looks to be different and suddenly you feel that you're more confident? क्या फर्क नजर आ रहा है YouTube में और experience से?
Sir, while watching videos on YouTube, it will create a very confusion in the mind because I use different YouTube channel and every YouTube channel has its own idea. But after coming here, I got the structure how to write my stories and how to improve them.
Okay.
I also got some experience. I bought 2 or 3 books for SSB, but when I came here, I do a practical. So there is lot of difference between theoretically and practical. So I gave the knowledge how we tag the problem and how to solve the problem.
Shivan, where are you from?
So Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand. Right? And there are a lot of people who join from Uttarakhand.
Yes.
And you must be having some friends also.
Yes.
So before you came here, and what did you think about yourself कि मैं SSB कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा और इधर आने के बाद में क्या फर्क है?
Sir, I have a doubt in myself that I am not able to clear SSB because I don't know about SSB, what happens in SSB. When I came here, I came to know what happens in SSB and how to deal with it.
So Lokesh, what difference do you
So
find?
as I said earlier, I was screen out in my first attempt. So at that time my writing speed was very low, and I found out sir कि you have to write a very simple and story based on yourself, and it has to be realistic. Now so from the guidance of
As
Cavalier,
compared to what happened in the YouTube tool.
so YouTube they are saying a lot of things, but I don't think that they are teaching in YouTube is very.
It may not be correct.
Yes,
it may not be. I mean, they are good people,
Yes, sir.
but maybe they are not experienced
Yes,
or
sir.
whatever.
After what I learned from Cavalier, I even watched some videos, but sir, I found that they are teaching
They're
some
not
correct.
as good as you would
Yes,
want
sir.
them to be.
Yes, sir.
Maybe they can't actually make you pass. They can give you some information because there is some information, right? So, what about your screening test now?
So I will screen for short
For why this confidence suddenly?
because I know what to write, so I can even complete the story in 4 minutes.
How many practices did you do here?
So more than 4 or 5 practice I doing my this.
I think it was 6 to 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Practices.
Yes, sir.
And with every practice, were you given a feedback?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Every time you
So
were
the,
told
sir.
so
something.
the best part of here is the personal mentorship that teachers provide to every student.
Okay. Now, have you got into this habit of even helping each other?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Huh?
And also
Yes, sir.
वैसे अपने normal day-to-day life में from then to now, do you think that you become more helpful?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? And if somebody is not really saying something right, you can openly tell him you're
Yes,
not
sir.
scared.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, when you were doing PPTT practice also, were you made to help each other to improve each other's stories? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, when you heard from your own friends that he's giving you to that, did that give you more confidence?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, are we all sure that screening तो हो जाएगा?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
मतलब ऐसी फालतू हवा में है कि
नहीं,
जनरल
sir, screening
हो
हो
हो जाएगा?
Yes, sir.
Right. What about the OIR? It's reasoning.
So the reasoning is also improved, sir, because
Yes.
we have a half an hour practice every day.
Every day.
Yes.
Yes, every day you're doing half
Yes,
an hour
sir.
practice
Yes.
and classes will
So
be.
we were also discussing OIR with others if we have
Other.
some problems.
So is that an important aspect that when you physically do the training,
Yes.
then you learn a lot from your friends which you can't do sitting at home or online?
Yes, sir.
So in online we do not have an environment that push me in my limits. But in here we have the environment that will boost my confidence and push me about through my limits.
एक वो भी एडवांटेज होता है ना, मीठी वाली जलन होती
Media
है
also-
Yes, sir.
कि उसने ज्यादा
On
कर
YouTube, we
दिया,
are not able to compete with others, but here we are able
ये
to
होना
compete.
चाहिए ना.
Yes,
yes, sir.
Even in your education, even in sports,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
want to do a little. He's not your enemy, but you, so that
Yes,
feeling
sir.
came in,
Yes, sir.
right? So now you have come from the army background and
Yes.
you've gone ACC में जा रहे हो.
Yes, sir.
And in the unit you do not get so much of exposure,
Yes.
right? What is the kind of exposure you got here where you feel, okay, look, I am much better than what I was when I came here?
Sir, in my duty, I have some limitation in my mind. But when I come here, the mind is broad. No, my mind is broad, and I am thinking that I am able to tackle any problems, and I am able to screen in, and also got selected in SSB my interview.
What do you think when you go back to the unit? What will your company commander tell you?
Sir, my company commander always advise me, you can go.
No, what will he tell you now after speaking to you?
Sir, he tell me you can do it.
You think that he'll
Yes,
be able, will he be able to tell you that there's a big change in you?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
He also called me previous time and told me you can able to find any problem. No, you are, and he also speak me with just like a friendly nature. And he also told me you are you are just like a change your nature, and you in Cavalier Academy your nature is changed. No, I see you can clear the SSB interview.
Shiva, when you go back home and you meet your best friend or your siblings, what do you think they are likely to tell you about what difference has come up in you?
Sir, they tell me that I am more confident and I am able to express my thoughts clearly in English.
Right. So has your body language also changed after coming?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Right. In the from what you had read earlier or heard earlier or seen earlier, what is the difference you find in the psychology part, especially with TAT?
So there are lots of myths going on outside the Cavalier. But sir, these myths are busted here, sir. What we have to do in psychology, it is only on us, sir. We do not have to become a student in writing answer. We have to apply our common sense and write the story.
So Yogesh, you think if you rattle 20,
No, so that
15,
was
20
not going to
stories and
work.
work out?
No,
That was
sir.
not going to work because this is a psychology test, and you have to show your natural inside of in the paper only. So while writing or by reading books, you cannot show your best in the psychology test.
Right. So they're looking at your ability to write story, or they're looking at your personality through the story?
So they are looking for a personality.
Through the story.
Through the story.
Yes, sir.
What about your WAT, SRT? I mean, how do you think? Have you changed in that? Is there a
Yes,
growth?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
What difference you find in from what you have come here in WAT and SRT?
So in WT, I think what is we got a when I got a bird just like a picture. I think what is the meaning of this picture? I have to read it. But when I got some classes, no, I able to write the picture meaning is that, and in just 50 seconds, I take it times in to write the WT and also TAT. There also some difference I got here.
So Commander Dua sir, your psychologist,
Yes, sir.
was he only telling you TAT, WT, SRT, or was he working on your personality?
Also,
Working on our personality, sir.
How did he work on your
So
personality?
he told us to not just see and do some action. He told us to देखो, सोचो, समझो और फिर करो.
So you feel that made a
Yes,
lot of
yes,
difference,
yes.
right?
Before coming here,
So it was not purely academics,
no sir.
No, sir.
it was beyond academics.
Yes, sir.
So was he very critical of you?
No, sir.
Was he always saying गलत है, गलत है, गलत
No,
है?
sir.
He always quote us.
If
But
we-
गलत हो तो भी सही
Yes,
बोल
no
देते
sir.
थे.
If
No,
we write
sir.
wrong answer, then he totally cut our answer stories
Yes, sir.
and say rewrite again
Yes,
with
sir.
this point added on your stories.
And also he never moral down. He never gave moral to you can do it, you can't do it. He always
So he never put you down, he never told you
Yes,
that.
yes.
And you feel that, okay, now
No,
psychology
you-
part.
No,
Yes,
you can
sir.
change it, and also you can do some better for it. He always told
तो
us.
ये शिवम ये in the SRT शेख चिल्ली बनना होता है कि मैं सुपरमैन हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, ये
So
हूँ।
we need to put ourselves in this situation and think about that and write.
तो ये जो SRTs आती हैं ये कि बहुत अजीब अजीब तुम you go to the moon, what will you do or something, or you have to imagine, or they are day to day things.
So
Yes,
that's
yes,
day-to-day
yes,
things.
yes.
Day to day things.
Yes, yes,
Right, Yogesh, now you went and you did your TAT, WAT, SRT, you did in the SSB. Now, if I were to give you the same pictures, the same WAT and the same SRT, what do you think will be the difference now?
Sir, at my previous attempt, I was seeing this SRT WT as a question and answer form. I saw a question and my mind will start answering that question in a very imaginary way. But now I will logically think that I have to put myself in the situation and react. What was my reaction with the situation or the word?
Okay. So, what do you think if you were to remember answers to every SRT and
No,
have
sir.
WT thing
No,
prepared?
sir, it will not work.
It will not work?
Yes.
Somewhere it will show.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It will show. But now, if the WT, you think you will be able to,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
right? In SRT out of 60, how many you think you will be able to?
All of
60,
60,
60
You
of
will be able to. You will
Yes,
be
sir.
able to handle them easily.
Yes.
Right. So now let's go to the GTO part. कितनी बारी आउटडोर में प्रैक्टिस किया?
Sir, many of the times we do.
So 2 days a week. sir.
No, the total number of times कितनी
Sir,
बारी किया?
4 times.
4 times.
Four times you did PGT आपने किया कितनी
Yes.
बारी?
And also we go outdoor for GTO also.
Right. So you did PGT how many times?
The 2 times.
Two times. Were you prepared well in advance for that, and you were,
No, sir.
you know,
No,
when-
sir.
right? Okay. What about your HGT, your MGT, all that you did here?
Yes, sir.
Command task.
Yes, sir.
You did only one, or you did many of them?
Many of
sir.
them.
Many, sir.
You did many of them.
Yes, yes.
So what do you think now? If I were to put you in a command task now,
Yes, sir.
हाथ पाँव कांपने शुरू
No,
हो
sir.
जाए कि भगवान बचा ले.
Yes, sir. We also got some situation just like this red and also some other situation we got, and we have learned from this. Now we can handle many of the situation.
So just
So-
by
so-
having a look, we can identify the multiple ways to tackle the situation.
So that you're trying to say there are multiple ways of
Yes,
doing
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Right? So उधर जाएंगे जय बजरंगबली तुक्का लग
No,
जाए.
sir.
No,
There is
sir.
no toka in
Huh?
any of the task.
नहीं?
No,
So we will observe the obstacle first and then ask ourselves why it is red or we are white or blue.
Right. So that means there is a method.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
There is a method, and if you apply that method, things can be done.
Yes, sir.
Right. So and you did your snake race.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Huh?
Snake
That's good.
also
Yes,
best
yes.
like
What if you get a guy who's not a very physically fit guy? How will you handle him in your
So
group?
we will put him in the middle and
we support
he
him
can't
entire for the
left
entire
behind
yes.
or fall down.
So it's a सिर्फ शोर मचाने वाला काम, or it's a good
No, sir.
activity.
It's a
Yes,
good
sir.
activity.
Individual obstacle भगवान बचाए.
No,
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 sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Vertical rope.
No,
Yes, sir.
हाँ? You will do it.
Yes,
तो क्या था तुम्हारे रोज जिम ले जाते थे तुम्हारे?
No,
No, sir.
So what do you think? Even individual obstacle is little technique based, or it is pure brute force?
So
techniques based.
techniques based.
There is a technique
Yes,
involved.
sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
were you taught the technique?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in what do you think in 3 minutes कितने कर लोगे?
So all,
All
sir.
of the
Repeat भी कर लोगे?
18.
Yes, sir.
हाँ? Confidence
Yes, sir.
है?
Yes,
एक
sir.
बार भी डर नहीं है?
No, sir.
Okay. So now most of the people, when I say, and especially your experience in the outdoor, which was the part when you went to SSB where you were really scared कि कैसे होगा?
Sir, in command task, sir, I got blocked. I don't know anything how to tackle the situation and how to solve the diffuse bomb. So I got a blank and just looking at my obstacle and just observing again and again. But now, sir, I am able to solve my command task.
So when you got the command task to be done here,
Yes,
you were comfortable with it?
yes, sir. I am now comfortable and I am very confident about my
So,
command
and you saw almost about 20 command tasks?
task. Yes,
Yes, sir.
You experienced, all of
Yes,
you
sir.
did so almost
Yes, sir.
20 command tasks?
Yes, sir.
So, you think that with this 20 command tasks that each one of you has done,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
you will be, whatever comes to your way,
We will
Yes,
do
sir.
it.
we will do
it, sir.
Yes, sir.
क्या उधर खड़े होते ही आंसर आ जाएगा?
No, sir.
No?
Observe.
Aega. Is it magic?
No, sir.
No,
It
sir.
is not a magic. Then what is it? It is not a magic. आएगा नहीं फिर कैसे? How are you so
Sir,
confident?
it is
So
a
we need to
time.
keep trying and observing you.
We have to continue trying our
yes.
ideas.
Yes.
With some method के भगवान बचा ले.
With
No,
some
sir,
method.
yes, sir.
There's a method. So you feel outdoor में तो
Yes, sir.
मतलब कोई problem ही नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
Right. What about your GP? कितनी practices की? How many practices?
So 7 to 6 we did in our class.
In your class, you did
Yes,
so
yes,
many
yes.
practices. Now, with your experience, Yogesh, you've been to SSB. Now, the GP that you attempted there and then what you attempted, did you see a difference in yourself?
Yes, sir. So firstly, I don't know how to write in paper, how to write GP in paper.
Okay.
So that was, and secondly, I don't know how to prioritize the problems or for which problem we come to the first and the second. But now I have the logical idea how to solve and how to list my problems.
GP को तो YouTube में बोलते हैं military planning.
No, so there is no military from military belong.
Huh? There is no military planning. Even for ACC, there is no military planning.
No, so there is no
Right, so there is no military planning. So, what do you think, Lokesh, are the key areas in GPE and what did you learn here?
So what I think, sir, many students make mistake is reading a line, sir. We do not have to read a line. We have to read word by word.
Why?
So because we have to attain all the details from the story, sir. That's why we can find a solution. And in the details, sir, we have always found the solution.
What do
No.
you think?
No, we
Yes.
also work on the time and distance. Time and distance is also matter in GPE. We not it is just a Tukka. We go from Rampur to Deshpur. It is just not we can find out the time and distance in GPE.
And you have a method of doing it in Tukka?
It is a method.
There's a method of
Then,
doing
yes,
it.
sir.
Right. You think you'll be able to control, now that you go there in the second time,
Yes, sir.
you'll be able to control the discussion part of the GP easily or no?
Now, sir, today I am confident to control my GD portion because I have some logical ideas. While
Which is the important part in the GP where you can really control the.
We have to reason out
Sir,
everything, sir.
reason out, we have to give our
We
ideas
need to give
logically
reason.
and which followed by our reason.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. And you have to work out time for everything.
No, sir.
sir.
For what?
Execution part of
Execution. So what is the crucial? How do you execute few things and then
Yes.
working on these things out?
Yes.
And there is a method of handling it.
Yes.
And you feel that with all the 6-7 practices that you did here,
Yes, sir.
and every GP you learn something new.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You think you'll get the same GP when you
No,
go
no,
there?
sir.
So how are you so confident? They'll give you something different. How are you so confident that you'll be able
But sir,
to?
based
Because
on
we know
all
the
the
basic
GP
of
with
the
logic.
GP.
And also
You
we
got
do a practice many of the times in GPE.
You've done your GDs also.
Yes.
here.
Yes, sir.
Huh? तो GD में क्या है? Now can you speak or you're scared?
No,
We
sir.
can
We
speak.
sir.
What do you think? You should keep speaking from
No,
top.
sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
We have to listen to
We
other
are-
ideas.
We need to listen others.
How do you handle your GD? क्या तरीका है handle करने? What have you learned here?
First listen others and speak.
Okay, and any other thing?
Sir,
So
not
we need to
always
give reason
aggression
for
will
our
work on
member.
GP. We have to corporate also other member to speak they also contribute in our group discussion.
So if someone really is speaking some illogical point, we have to reason it out, not just shout on him.
And say, no, you're wrong.
Yes.
No, sir.
Right? So you have learned to be more friendly and more accommodative with people.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Right? So now we come to the interview part. You had
Two
two interviews.
interviews.
Who all took your interviews? किसने लिया था तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू? जनरल सहगल,
Yes, sir.
And brigadier,
Yeah.
retired brigadier.
कपिल वर्मा सर.
Kapil Verma.
कपिल वर्मा सर ने लिया, right? सब and third officer का शायद आपने anyway. So what do you feel now that जो before coming here या listening to people interview में पता नहीं क्या क्या होता है, वो उखाड़ के रख देते हैं whatever. You feel it is so scary?
No,
No,
sir.
sir, it is not scary. We also.
So they are just about our daily life and general awareness.
Uh-huh. So what was the difference you found in your first performance in the interview to the second performance that you did here between?
So for my first interview, I got feedback from my interviewer and I worked on it. Now I'm so very confident in my interview.
By the time you came to the second interview, it
Yes,
made a
sir.
lot of difference.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you recall what interview you had in the SSB to what interviews you have here, the interview pattern was almost the same. But why this sudden transformation of confidence now?
Sir, in previous attempt, I will forget the CIQ format and how to tackle the CIQ. Retention power was very low. But now I am able to retain the questions and improve my qualities of answer.
Why has
By,
that happened?
sir, because we have a very good guidance in my first interview. I will improve that in my second interview and will more confident and more practice I will gain.
even the PIQ form, when you went the first time, when you filled it there, and now when you fill it now, you find a difference?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Even in the PIQ form, you
Yes,
find
sir.
a difference, that there's a difference, right?
Yes,
Right. So, were you prepared for your interview or you just shoved into the room, ke interview kar lo?
No, sir.
Here,
No,
in the cabinet. You were prepared?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
You knew how to work it out?
Yes, sir.
And then you had this interview?
Yes,
And even if, in the interview, what did they tell you? Chane ke jhaad pe chadha diya tha kya?
No,
No, sir.
No? If you were wrong, then
They will straightly pointed out that
They
you
do-
are wrong in this.
in this. So did they tell you कि निकम्मा है मत जा SSB में?
No, sir.
हाँ?
No, sir.
No, ऐसा नहीं हुआ.
No, sir.
They
Told us to improve on our mistakes and weak points and then improve on it.
So now when you go to SSB interview, actual interview, तो जब वहाँ interview में waiting room में बैठ रहे होगे, तो हनुमान चालीसा चल रहा होगा कि confidence होगा?
Confidence, sir. It is a
हाँ?
confidence.
कि भगवान बचा ले के और you will be able to take it on.
Take it
I will
out.
able to take.
So has your thought process changed?
Yes, sir.
Right? Are you observing things much better now
Yes,
than
sir.
you were? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, how many of you are staying at home or with your relations here, Abhi? Or all of you are in the PG or something?
Yes, sir. I'm staying with my
You're
friends.
staying at home.
Yes.
Now, when you go back home, when you talk to your parents or when you talk to your siblings or when you talk to your friends, in these 2 weeks, have they commented on
Yes.
that there is something which is, yeah, what happened?
So my elder brother told me about from my experience from before and now. He told me that I have changed and I'm very confident in my answer. Even if my spoken English is a bit poor, I'm not that worried about it because I need to speak confidently.
Yes, I mean, you don't have to be in English.
Yes.
Right? Did they tell you that you should be impeccable English?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
As much as it can. So, do you really feel that English is a barrier?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
It is not a barrier
Yes, sir.
anymore because you're not scared of it, right? So you feel that your friends are telling you. What do you think when you go back home? What do you think your friends will tell you when you go there?
So firstly, they said you will improve your public speaking and the tackling of problems and the logical reasoning and the logical observation that you have now, you have just changed totally.
And what do you say?
They will tell me that you are able to solve any problem now, and they will say that you are able to speak confidently in social.
Okay, if I were to ask you, एक sentence में, give your experience here.
Excellent,
So
sir.
totally changed my personality.
Excellent.
Excellent experience. Why? ये तो बोलने की बात है. फालतू excellent तो कोई भी
Sir,
बोल
build
सकता
my character.
है. हाँ?
So build myself confident.
Sir, build my character.
Right, all that. So you were good. You were turning out to be better.
Yes, sir.
Right? When is the last time that you had this kind of a change in you in just 2 weeks? No?
No, sir.
Then, right. So did anybody else do it for you or you did it on your own?
We did it on your own.
With a little
Help.
guidance, with a little help. You did it on your own. So that means after coming here for 2 weeks, you realized your mental and physical potential,
Yes, sir.
which you probably never used.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
And you have discovered yourself.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You think that there's so much in you which you never utilized.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
हाँ? तो खजाना मिल गया?
Yes, sir.
हाँ? Right. अब इसको जाने दोगे कि?
No, sir.
No, sir.
हाँ? Right?
Yes,
So be confident.
Yes.
God bless you, but don't be overconfident.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I'm sure you'll be very friendly with everybody there.
Yes.
You'll make friends when you go to SSB also. And you'll come back smiling. And all of you, you think all of you can go to the academy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Right? So God bless you today. All the best. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.